H-E-H, he, however you want to pronounce it,
Yeah, we'll just
against
say
R.
he.
I'll just say he, it's a lot easier than he. So we've got another K-pop roster lineup.
Yeah, and I
So
mean,
yeah.
you guys in chat, obviously, I can see a lot of the Asia community is in the chat. Who do you guys think is going to take this out as we're 5 seconds away from this getting underway? Yeah, let us know in the chat who you guys think is going to win. Obviously, my pick purely just based off clan and like seeing K-pop in the last matchup do really well. I'm going to go with them, but they actually get wiped straight off the
Yeah,
bat, and we actually
they
see
eat your words on that one, Boomer.
the levels
Look at
of
that.
Arc. Look at these guys, level
Yeah.
148. You know, these are some gamers, and K-pop's secondary roster. You know, they're quite low.
Well, we might see a retake here. Yep,
And we
perfect.
do.
1v1 down to the wire from NT there, just picking off that last man. But it looks like he's in a bit of trouble here because there's two people. Yeah, he gets taken out by Arc, and it's a 1v2 for Effort. Effort almost actually gets it. And I think both teams need to actually just regroup here. Actually, there's only 10 seconds, so we'll see which team decides to rotate first and gets the rotation. Looks like Arc. Does he see that guy? Yeah, that guy's just AFK with the fairies.
Yeah, there's just a lot of to
Hanlo
and
is,
fro.
yeah,
Um,
mayhem right now.
yeah, we see a lot of fighting off point going on and struggling to get side control. You know, 500 points on Arc is, you know, nothing at this point, but we're on board with Aero, and he's sitting off site trying to get some peaks at elbow, but everyone's just sort of running in one by one, and we touch on it so often in every single stream. The one by one pushes in Krunker, it just does not work. There's too much spraying in this game for like a one man push to actually clean up people, and we're just seeing now it's just back and forth fragging, and K-pop finally get on point. Team He as the first retake of a proper hold by He. The the boys from Arc just destroying them.
Yeah, I would almost say that that was good for he because they get the early rotation on such an important site here, and they're gonna get, let's see, almost 10 seconds of four stack. All the members from Arc at short, and here we see the LMG going in first, which is great, but they're just getting mown down by he. That was a great hold. Didn't even lose a single member, I don't think. That was just perfect. And look at the gap, it's already closing, and that was probably not the best decision from Arc just to send two people in there.
Yeah,
Ooh,
definitely
but
good to see. A
Arrow,
much
no,
stronger
can't do it.
performance from K-pop now on this side as it's now down to a 1v1, but Hanlo's coming in. Oh, the spawns in this game sometimes, Johnny.
Spawns.
Just
Yeah,
spawning
oh
on
mate, you don't need
site.
to tell me twice.
What an absolute stitch up, you know. K-pop probably thought in that 1v1 that they were going to have a chance of hanging onto that
Get it
site,
back.
and they just spawn on. But K-pop retaking now as this gap is diminishing yet again. We're going to be probably
Almost
seeing K-pop
even, yeah,
taking
pretty
a...
much even.
Oh no, they're down by 60 points heading into the last rotation of the first rotation of this best of three that's just gotten underway. Guys, if you're just tuning in, this is I believe a semi, no, a quarterfinal between He and Arc. Um, and as you can see, it is looking juicy so far. After a bit of a slow
It was a
start
great
from
game.
K-pop, this is, yeah, looking really good as Henlo just seems to be whiffing an extraordinary amount of bullets as we saw someone from Arc dropping a spray on the ground mid-fight. Arrow come flying up
Yeah,
ramp, but NT taking him out.
no one on site. That's how much of an arm wrestle, as Moswy the Great says. This site is an arm wrestle. You'll be lucky to see a team hold this site for longer than 30 seconds.
Oh yeah,
If
definitely.
especially between these two teams.
Yeah, as we come in for the market site, this will be the start of the second rotation of the points for you guys if you're new at home. There is 4 points per map. Obviously, they do go in a rotation of a minute each. Um, this is now the start of the second full rotation for these guys, and this is just good old wrestle. No one's able to get
Yeah,
like
I
an
loved it.
edge. It's so good to see, and
This is what I
K-pop
love.
setting up for this ramp push is It's sort of
Oh,
neck
bit
and
of a
neck
lag
as
there.
yeah, a lot of lag from Aero.
I guess the teleport onto site behind them all, which has actually worked in their favor. You know, a bit of lag switching maybe. You
The
know,
good old lag
old-fashioned
switch.
lag switching. Yeah. But
Oh,
Arc seems to be, you know, the more dominant holders of this market site. And it's good to see that K-pop's actually rotating to the next site. That was a good rotate. It's not worth going for those last few seconds of market. So they're
oh,
going to get a good
definitely not.
5-second four stack here. 3 long from Arc and 1 elbow. It doesn't seem like it's going to work out though, as K-pop still have control of the site. But you know, not a bad effort there from the long player for Arc. Now we're going to see an all elbow from Arc. Let's see if they can actually get a retake here, but it looks like they're getting pinned down from elbow. Look how low Aero is. You know, he can't really peek right now. He's waiting for the rest of his team, and they're going to get a 4-man push or elbow. And let's see who holds it here. It's a 2v2 now. Turn into a
Oh,
1v1, but Aero just gets the headshot on the semi, deletes him, and finally Arc. See if they can hold the rest of the 20 seconds of this site. It's going to be another 4-man from elbow, and that elbow push 4-man is showing to be pretty strong for both these teams.
yeah.
And the right move is for Handlo to come back on the site and stack for the last, 10 seconds there.
Yeah, they
You
definitely
gotta
should have
get
been stacking.
every drop. Yeah, you need every drop of those last few seconds, because if you can't take this double wall site in the first push, you might be in a bit of trouble.
As we see some
Not a
good
bad
damage
push,
though, but it is
but
down to a. Oh, it's
no, not quite enough.
you know there is a lot of positives so far from both teams. As we see a few players lagging on these pushes as they're not seeing that last guy at the box, but K-pop do get the retake, and I mean there is a lot more structure with both of these teams. Obviously, the first matchup of the day was a humongous blowout, but it is good to see that there is a lot more structure. As I say that, every time I say these things, one of the teams does the complete opposite. We see a bit of a one-by-one push, and now a bit of a solo push, but it's actually paying off.
Yeah.
Rejection and Sir Datland paying off
Anime
with a
is just
push
worst
there.
spot
As
there.
Arcade is just sitting off point, getting some good damage down elbows. We see Sir Dat coming down market. So we see them pushing off point now as we're heading into the last side of the second rotation of this matchup. We'll jump on board with Aero, who's been popping off a little bit at the start. He's slowed down a little bit due to some lag, but he's getting a pick here. Dropping the spray. Man must love Uno. He's dropping that reverse spray. Maybe he does it every time they retake, because that would be really toxic and kind of funny.
That'd be
doing
funny.
a lot of damage.
I respect it. I
Yeah.
respect it.
Definitely. As for this site, we'll stay in
And-
third person, spectate view in the sky for you guys. We won't hop in first person because this is just so to and fro. This site without any cover, it's very easy for people just to die really quickly. We see a lot of market fighting going on at the moment, and you know, K-pop. This is still neck and neck, Johnny. There's still like less than less than 100 points in this, and it's just. This is so good to see. This is what we wanted. This is what we want to show you guys at home. We want to see this neck and neck battle between these teams, and these teams have definitely got no advantage over each other at the moment. As we head into the last rotation now, this is it. This is where panic could start to set in for some of these teams if a lead starts to grow in the next 2 points. And Johnny, this is going to be so interesting to see what happens next.
Mate, this has been an absolute ripper of a match so far. I mean, it's been absolutely neck and neck for the whole time, and we see Arc pulling ahead on this market site time to time. We see Sir Datland just holding it down for his team, while his team's spawning all across the map here, but he's just on site holding it, doing the team player's job. And we see KDR. Is he going to wait? He's trying to get a pick with the semi, and it works. And K-pop getting a bit of control on the site for the last 10 seconds. We're going to see Arc probably just stay at this next site. Yep. Good decision there. Let's see if they're going to go for that 4-man elbow push that's worked. It doesn't look like it. It's going to be a 3-1. And that was just poor timing.
But there is a lot of damage coming from the AK player. Handlo is on board with Handlo, getting a lot of damage, but he is left alone as they come all from long from Arc. That was
Anime Weeb trash.
He just
look at that 3-piece of tree.
Absolutely destroyed.
3 bullets in the sniper, 3 kills. Perfect play.
I see a few of you guys
It's a
asking in
2v2.
chat about the kill feed. Guys, I had to turn it off due to some toxic stuff happening in the previous game. I will turn it on after this match.
Turn
Obviously,
it on for this.
I don't want to be trying to do settings like mid-game, but it will be turned on. It was turned off for a reason, but guys, it will be back. So sorry about that for this game. But as we're heading into Double Ball, as K-pop is currently behind Arc by 600 points, these guys over here are already set up. They hold this first push. This is going to be very interesting, Johnny.
Oh, nail biter here. Let's see if they can hold it though. It'll be perfect for them if they can. They get 1 pick, 2 pick, 3
They
pick,
get the
4.
hold. They get the hold, but Effort
Oh no,
somehow
KDR.
spawns.
Oh, but he's behind them. Oh, but he doesn't
Oh,
get
he
a pick in time. It's a 3v4.
And he doesn't spawn on again, but...
Oh, they might hold
Oh,
it here.
K-pop
Hand
here.
low.
Effort coming in for the
Oh,
save, and he
KDR,
gets it.
KDR.
But as they're
Look at the
spawning...
score. Look at the score.
This is unbelievable. This is an
Oh my
absolute...
God.
This is a clencher. This is... They can't stack. They need to get on right now, but the spawns, for some reason, aren't going in the favor. They're not spawning on site. As they're a bit all over the shop and they get the smallest lead here. We've got 15 seconds left. If they can hold off this 15 seconds, Anime Weeb getting the picks. Oh, as they need this stack. Again, they're not spawning on site, which is weird, but 300 points.
That's almost 1,000 points. Almost 1,000 that K-pop just gained from that one site, and they're taking the lead by 400. And this is going to be interesting to see if Ark can just hold this arm wrestle site.
And they can't.
And they've got it, but look at K-pop.
Anime Weeb getting the last pick. This is what you want to see, guys. This is it. This is down to the next, probably this push. They need this push to go in their favor from Ark, or it's all over. As these guys are stacking on point and getting the hold, and they actually get it. This
showing the composure on the defend that they needed.
What an arm wrestle. This has just been back and forth. No one took hold of this game till that last double wall site. As we see, it is pretty much all over. Unless for some bizarre reason they managed to get a 4-man stack right now. And yeah,
No,
that is
it's all over. That's it.
What a showing from K-pop. They started off very sluggish, very slow, you know. We're talking about the levels, so we thought, you know, potentially these guys aren't going to be able to keep up. They were down by 500-600 points, but what a game.
What a game. What a game.